What if one day you were face to face with your true capacity to love? What would you do if you were tested? It was a warm morning in Jerusalem. The streets bustled with the city's clamor, but for a solitary man, the journey would be long and dangerous. He followed the road to Jericho, a route known for its perils, full of narrow curves and hiding places for thieves. Each step was taken with caution, but on that day, even prudence was not enough. Suddenly, the peace was shattered. Shadows emerged from the bushes. Violent hands pushed him to the ground. Punches and kicks hit him mercilessly. His belongings were taken, his clothes torn, his dignity stolen. When the aggressors left, he lay there by the side of the road, wounded, bleeding, unable to move. Only the sound of the wind kept him company. But help was on its way, or was it? A priest appeared in the distance. The injured man mustered the strength to raise his head, hoping for a gesture of compassion. But the priest looked away and crossed to the other side of the road. The wounded man fell back into silence. Shortly after, another traveler appeared. He was a Levite, a servant of the temple, someone who knew law and justice. He also saw the man, but he hesitated. With a mixture of fear and indifference, he continued on his way. Once again, hope dissolved like dust. Then came the unexpected. A Samaritan, a man from a despised people, hated by the Jews. He was riding calmly when he spotted the scene. He could have done like the others, ignore and continue. But something inside him would not allow it. He stopped. He got off his animal and knelt beside the fallen man. Carefully, he cleaned his wounds using oil and wine, the remedies he had. He tore off part of his own clothing to improvise bandages. With effort, he lifted the man and placed him on his own animal. He walked beside him until he found an inn. There, the Samaritan entrusted the man to the care of the innkeeper. He paid for his stay and gave clear instructions. Take care of him. When I return, I will pay any extra expenses you have. He asked for nothing in return, not even recognition. He just left, as if his act of kindness was the most natural thing in the world. When Jesus told this story, he looked at those who were listening and asked, "Which of these three do you think was the neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of the robbers?" The answer was unanimous, the one who had mercy. And you? When you see someone in need, what do? Do you look away, hesitate, or choose to love? The story of the Good Samaritan challenges us to be light in the midst of indifference, to extend our hand even when it's not easy. Because, in the end, loving our neighbor is not about who they are, but about who we choose to be. So the question remains, today who can you help?